Welcome to Week 2 of Phase 3, or Week 6 of your PBIL course. This is the last week of the course, and you will finish designing your PBIL unit. The goals for this week are continue to understand and review the basic premise and concept of PBIL, to acquire skills to analyze and craft PBIL materials effectively, to understand how to align student learning goals, student products, and standards in a PBIL experience, and to continue to use online learning tools to communicate and collaborate effectively with course participants. Quick overview of assignments. There are only 2 assignments this week, 2 to 4 hours worth of time. This week is really about revision and feedback. You're going to reflect on the feedback provided in Assignment 12 on your PBIL organizer. Then you're also going to review articles and checklists on the essential elements of PBIL and authenticity in PBIL. You're going to take that information, reflect on it, and then write about some revisions you might make to your PBIL organizer. After you've completed those revisions, you're going to read and watch video about assessment and then look to incorporate assessments and products into your organizer. Finally, you'll reflect on the initial PBIL course questions from Assignment 2 and reflect on what you have learned in the course. You will have an assignment due on Saturday and Tuesday of this week. Assignment 13 takes approximately an hour. You're going to read the following articles: 7 Essentials for Project-Based Learning, PBIL Essential Elements, which is actually a checklist, and What Does It Take for a Project to be Authentic. You'll then reflect on your PBIL idea, participant feedback on your plan, these articles, and write a forum post that describes possible revisions that you will make to your PBIL organizer. This is what Assignment 13 will look like in the Desire to Learn site. Again, you will read and review the following articles. Some of them are links and some of them are downloads. The 7 Essentials for Project-Based Learning is a download. You can also find it on this link. PBIL Essential Elements and What Does It Take for a Project to be Authentic are both websites that are linked out. Once you've read those articles, you will simply reflect on your PBIL idea, move down to the Assignment 13 discussion, and you will post a forum post describing some possible revisions for your PBIL plan. At this point, you do not need to actually attach your plan. You'll do that in Assignment 14. You'll simply write a discussion of revisions, allowing for additional feedback. In addition to writing your revisions for your own plan in this post, you should also review the revisions of other participants in the course and provide them with feedback. Assignment 14, your last assignment of the course, should take approximately 60 to 90 minutes. In Assignment 14, you'll be inserting your formative and summative assessments into your PBIL organizer. You'll start Assignment 14 by watching the Plan the Assessment video and reading 3 blogs on assessment in PBIL or problem-based learning. You will then download a template of an assessment map, complete the template outlining where in your PBIL organizer or 7E sequence you will include specific formative and summative assessments. Not only should you identify where you would include these, but you should also identify what they will assess, whether it's content or 21st century skills. You then copy and paste the assessment map at the end of your organizer, save it, attach your organizer, which should now include the assessment map, to a forum post. You should include a 1 to 2 sentence description of your assessments that you included in your plan as part of your forum post. Then, in addition, you will refer back to the forum post in Assignment 2B. If you remember 2B, it was a discussion on what questions you still had about PBIL and what your thoughts were. You should then write a short reflection based on those questions and also what you learned in the PBIL course. I will also be emailing out a link for the end of course survey. Please complete this as part of Assignment 14. This is what Assignment 14 will look like in the Desire to Learn site. Assignment 14 does have a lot of text that describes how to include assessments in your PBIL plan. Please read all the text thoroughly, then scroll down and watch the Plan the Assessment video. Once you have watched the video, you should read these 3 short blogs on assessment: effective assessment in PBIL, critical assessment ideas in PBIL, and then PBIL and standardized testing, which talks about how to include some similar questions to what students might encounter in standardized tests into your PBIL project. Once you've reflected on these blogs and this video, you should then think about where in your 7E sequence you wish to assess your students and what learning outcomes you would expect. You might also want to look at some possible rubrics, which gives you some ideas on how to grade assessments. So you might also want to reflect on not how am I going to assess for specific learning outcomes, but the ever-old question of will I be graded on this and how I will be graded on this. Rubrics are an excellent resource for grading within PBIL projects. Once you've reflected on this information, you'll simply download the assessment map, which is a Word document. You should then fill it out, copy it, and then paste it into your 7E organizer. So you're not going to attach these as separate documents. It should then be included after you've completed your 7E organizer, pasted at the end. Then what you will do is move into the assignment 14 discussion, where you will start a new thread. Part 1 is you're going to attach your PBIL organizer, which now should include your assessment template at the end of the organizer. Once you attach that, you should then write 2 to 3 sentences describing the assessments that you plan to use within your organizer. For part 2, you're going to actually go back to assignment 2, part B, and you can simply click on this link that will take you to that forum. You can then review some of the questions and reflections you had as you initially moved in and learned about PBIL. Then you should reflect on those questions, discuss whether you think they've been answered, whether you have additional questions, and also what you have learned in the course. And then part 3, of course, is our feedback. You should review some other participants' plans and assessment plans and provide them ultimate feedback. Again, this assignment is 3 parts. Part 1 is really to review and incorporate assessment within your PBIL organizer. Part 2 is to reflect on what you've learned in the course, and then part 3 is to provide feedback to other course participants. Again, this is your final assignment, so you really want to come with a comprehensive plan, PBIL organizer, that you can receive a little bit of feedback for, but should be ready to start thinking about implementing in your classroom. For Phase 3, Week 2, advice and tips, try to stay on task and keep pace. I know we're coming towards the end of the semester, and it's probably best that you finish before the holiday season. You also want to try to stay on task because you really want the most amount of feedback for your plans, and the earlier you post them, the more feedback you can receive. Really take time to revise your plan, read through feedback from other course participants, respond to feedback. This is your opportunity to construct a PBIL that you can implement with your students, and you really want to make the most out of this opportunity and idea that you can get feedback from other course participants and course instructors. Again, most of the assignments this week are really kind of completing your plan and are based on revision and feedback. I will be posting some additional blogs for review during the week, and also look out for announcements about future opportunities in PBIL. Good luck and have fun. And since this is officially the last week of the PBIL course, we hope you enjoyed your class in project-based inquiry learning and these questions have been answered. What does PBIL look like, and how is it crafted or designed? These are some additional resources that you can use for the future. In addition, as I mentioned, we will be sending out announcements about some future opportunities within PBIL. We will also continue to have access to the site and the plans that are posted on the site for the next few months. Thank you for your participation and engagement in this class.